Hello and welcome to Find Out Nation. I'm one of your hosts, Jaime.
I'm one of your hosts, Nicole.
And we're here to talk about what happens when a nation starts effing around. We're back. We're sorry
back.
we took a week off. I was on not really vacation.
You were on
I was
vacation,
away.
yeah.
That's right. I was away for work, but we tried to figure out if there was a different time that we could record, and we could not come up with one. So apologies that you are waiting an entire week for our delightfulness.
Yeah, I know. We know they've missed us.
We know you've missed us. Yes, indeed, you do. But with that said, we are back. Nicole, how are our countdowns going?
They're going to feel great because we went a week without doing this.
Yeah. You
know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
173 days to the midterms.
Oh, we're getting so close.
I know.
So close.
I started seeing our first commercials this week. They
Did
really
you?
started rolling this week. Yeah.
So like I said, I was away from really everything. I was away from social media. I was away from the TV, everything. So I have not seen any commercials whatsoever.
Oh yeah. The Missouri shit's already rolling.
Shocker. But
yeah.
I have some comments on redistricting, and now I'm starting to panic the other way.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
good.
Yeah, that's good. We're 478 in to the fucking national nightmare.
And it feels like every one of those days is taking forever. Okay.
Yes. And we are 74 days into the Iran war.
Okay.
Yes.
So as I said, I've been avoiding social media. I've been like not on TV, nothing. Not a lot's happened on the Iran war, man.
I mean, I believe a direct quote from this week from him to the press is that it's on life support. And in fact, that a doctor would declare it dead.
So this is what I heard as well. So at this point, I don't know what that was, but at this point, it's a Mario. Exactly.
Shit.
Oh God, what's wrong with that? Okay, so it's been 2 weeks. The Strait of Hormuz is still closed, although I'm hearing that some boats are getting through. I'm assuming
closed,
they're paying
also open, maybe being blown up. We don't really know. Yeah.
And I'm sure they're paying huge fines to Iran to get stuff through. Tehran sent a counter proposal to Trump on Sunday. I guess it was focused on ending all of the fighting, ending the war. According to Iranian media reports, Tehran countered the U.S. proposal, including a demand for an end to the war on all fronts, including in Lebanon, which I'm assuming that is right now one of the bigger sticking points, is that we don't want to have to tell our BFF Netanyahu that he's not going to continue fighting in Lebanon, especially because this has been a particularly bloody couple of weeks with 12 new people dying from those bombings.
Yeah.
Trump basically responds to your point that their proposal was a joke. He said, I would say the ceasefire is on massive life support, where the doctor walks in and says, sir, your loved one has approximately a 1% chance of living, Trump told reporters. Who talks like that, right?
An idiot.
It's
the same
so
kind
weird.
of person that says that they don't need congressional approval now that we've passed 60 days because we've been in the middle of a ceasefire and that stops the clock. That's not a thing. And of course, Congress is like, oh, sure, that's totally right. That sounds right.
Right.
Yeah.
Like you can't just make it up. Like that's not how this works. But apparently it is. Apparently it is.
I guess. Fucking Twilight Zone over here.
A Pentagon official came out and said that the war has now cost U.S. taxpayers $29 billion. So last time we reported, which I think was 2 weeks ago, it was at $24 billion, and we're now at $29 billion. So another $5 billion. And this is a fucking ceasefire, and it's another $5 billion.
Jesus Christ.
The Senate once again shot down a bill that would limit Trump's authority to continue this fucking war.
Of course they
did. And it
it
got shut down 49-50. So that's nice. John Fetterman sided with the Republicans again.
This
What?
motherfucker.
No shit. What?
I'm so fed up with Fetterman.
Right. How did this guy get into office? Like, for realsies.
Well,
For
I
real,
know.
for
Like,
real.
was it just like a huge bamboozle, or did the fucking stroke he have scramble his goddamn brain so much that now he's
Right.
like, I think I'm a Republican.
Republican. Yes. Yes. And we know with Republicans, everything's a grift, but come on. What the fuck?
Right.
I thought this was interesting. Yesterday, Trump was asked by reporters how much Americans' financial situation was motivating him to make a deal with Iran. His response, not even a little bit. The only thing that matters when I'm talking about Iran, they cannot have a nuclear weapon. I don't think about Americans' financial situation.
That better be on every goddamn commercial from now through 2028. Not just the
100%.
midterms. I want to see that shit I want to see it on goddamn billboards.
Yeah.
Because there is because I've seen where other senators and congressmen are being asked about it. The vice president's been asked about it. There's nuance. That's not really what he meant. No, it's exactly what he meant. You don't get to, but this is what we always do, right? It's always, he was joking, or you guys are too stupid to understand what he actually meant.
No.
When he's saying what he actually means, he doesn't give a fuck.
But to your point, it's not like he's being ambiguous about this at all.
Right.
He was asked a direct question. How much are you concerned about Americans' financial situation in your decision-making with Iran? And he responded, not even a little bit.
Yeah. It literally isn't even on the table for him when they're having these discussions.
Right.
Because he just keeps talking about how the Democrats never talked about affordability the 4 years that Biden was in office. And now that it's all this stuff with Iran, they want Iran to have a nuclear weapon. And so now they want to talk about affordability. Like, it's all this bullshit. You know what I mean?
Here's what's so crazy about this. Okay. In order for uranium, so the whole conversation's about uranium, right?
Yeah.
And the thing Trump wants is for them to turn all of their enriched uranium over to us.
Yes.
So the Obama contract deal that he came up with basically said, okay, you can enrich uranium up to the percent required to start a nuclear power program, which is less than 4% enriched.
Yeah.
And we get to come in and inspect and make sure that you're keeping it like that, which they did. And they were following all the rules or whatever. So I'm thinking, is there some reality here that this is like a concern? Because it's like 5% is required for nuclear weapons.
Right.
It's 90%.
That they would have to enrich the uranium?
Has to be enriched to 90% in order to be used as a nuclear weapon. Like, are you freaking kidding me? Right.
And they were agreeing, that proliferation agreement, they were adhering to it.
Yes.
They were letting the inspectors come in, all of that. And he fucking ripped it up. And
in 2018, correct.
Yeah. And now it's just been a fucking shit show.
That's right. And the whole, it's just, I don't know how you say that, oh, Trump is right, when this is what the facts are saying.
Yes,
that
exactly.
We had an agreement that said, yep, Iran was not, and Iran has very clearly said, we need it because we need to have a nuclear power program. Like, that's why we need this. Like, they haven't been, ambiguous about it at all, I guess.
Right.
And so knowing that is just crazy to me, I guess. It's just crazy to me. Anyway, Vance today came out and said that he was speaking on a news conference on fraud and said, I don't think the president said that. I think that's a misrepresentation of what the president said, which again, it goes exactly back to your point where we're just making things up. We're just lying about things. It's crazy.
Yes.
So Trump is now traveling to China, where I'm assuming he's going to try and convince China to work with Iran to open the Strait of Hormuz. But
I think that's going to go.
So Lindsey Graham at the hearing got up and said, Donald Trump, don't forget that China is propping up Russia and Iran. Like, China's buying 90% of Iran's oil. China is like buying a huge percentage of Russian oil. So while I get you would think that you and she are BFFs, the
Yeah.
reality is that they are they're propping up the economies for
Yeah,
both Russia and Iran.
they have the upper hand here. Like,
Yeah.
if we're going to go to them with hat in hand and say, we have fucked up and we need you to help us negotiate an exit strategy here, China's going to do so to their betterment.
100%.
And we're going to have to capitulate. If that's what we're doing, hat in hand, going to them and asking for their help, we don't have a fucking dog in the fight at this point. We're just trying to get a graceful exit strategy going here.
Like, but how embarrassing.
Yeah, but Trump will fuck it up. Like, let's say him and she do manage to get something worked out. She goes to Iran and says, this is what I want you to do for me. And they figure it out. He's going to get back on fucking Air Force One, twat something out, and it's going to be fucking ripped up by the time he lands back in the United States. So it won't fucking matter.
It won't matter whatsoever. And the reality is, right, is that it's likely that it'll be Trump that will fuck it up. Like, to your point, he'll post something on True Social.
Yeah.
He'll make some sort of stupid AI joke. He'll try and get on and tell everyone that we won. And it's just going to piss Iran off. And then,
I mean, that's what's been happening this entire time.
And the other issue is, right, is that she's going to be like, you guys need to stop fucking bombing them. It's that simple.
Yes, and literally that simple.
And then as soon as they're done, Trump's going to go to Netanyahu. Netanyahu's like, well, I'm not going to stop bombing Lebanon.
Right.
And that's the reality.
And now we're in another, and that's why we're in this quagmire.
That's right. And so, like, no matter what, I guess that's like the reality that we all need to realize is that it's not just Trump and she and Iran. It's Trump and she and Iran and Netanyahu. And does she realize that he's dealing with Netanyahu as well? You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
We're also continuing to release millions of barrels of oil from the Strategic Petroleum Reserve, which is now seeing its lowest levels since the 80s.
Oh, fuck.
And gas prices continue to rise.
Girl, when you were gone, I think it was last week when you were gone, gas was $4.49 a gallon. I was like, oh my God. And it's back down, I think, to like $4.19, but still, like, Jesus Christ.
Still over, like, we are used to $2 a gallon.
I've never seen $4.49 in my life. I remember when it got up over $1. Jamie and I thought we were going to go bankrupt. Like, you know what I mean? Like, $4.49 is actually fucking wild.
Yes. And Trump's only plan to curb those fees are to remove the federal tax on gas, which is like 20 cents a gallon.
And it's
going to don't get me wrong. Sure, 20 cents a gallon, whatever. But right now I am double what I normally pay for gas. Are you kidding me?
It's costing me $40 at half a tank.
Well, and what really kills me is I have a friend who owns a small business. He works in tile work. So he drives a work truck and it's diesel.
Oh, fuck.
Right. So, like, the people you are fucking are those people. Like me, who sits on my ass and doesn't have to drive anywhere ever, like, whatever, right?
Oh, yeah.
Corporate America is not what is getting fucked in this. It's small businesses that rely on trucks and transportation and their vehicles and whatever to be able to do a job. And like, that's who you're really hurting here. And so again, but you want to ask, so how much does that matter to you? And can I just remind you, not at all, not even a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah. And I saw a thing over the weekend talking about, the Strait of Hormuz being closed and the fertilizer crisis that the farmers are going in. And this this economist or whoever it was that was talking about, that we will start that there will be famines and there's going to be civil wars starting to break out in Africa and Congo and all those places because there won't be any fucking food because this is planting season and they can't get the fucking fertilizer through and they can't afford what they can get through. And then we're going to have people across the world dying from starvation because of these famines. And that's on our fucking conscience, our conscience as Americans. We didn't have to do what we did. We didn't have to get involved in this. And we did. And so now we have to fucking own it. And we are responsible for what this is doing to everyone across the world.
Agreed. Agreed. So speaking of our favorite reason why we're in this fucking mess,
Yeah.
the Epstein Files.
Yeah.
Because we all know that this was all just a distraction. And I still swear that Netanyahu has evidence of Trump and his wrongdoings on Epstein Island. And that is why we're in the place we're in.
None of it makes any sense other than that. You know what I mean?
I mean, it does, because let's be honest, like Trump, I mean, it makes as little sense as anything else Trump wants to do. Exactly. Yeah. But in all fairness, like this is the thing that Republicans are mad about. Mm-hmm. All of his staffer has to be telling him like, this is bad. And so to your point, like of all the things that he won't back down from.
Yeah.
There's got to be a reason for it. And in my mind, it's got to be
because it's just bizarre, right? Because he could call Netanyahu tonight and say, you know what, we're done. Right. I pulled the troops out. This shit's gone on too long. It's costing us way too much money at home. It's costing me heartache at home, just problems at home politically. I'm not fucking doing this anymore. You're on your own. He could do that today.
Yes, 100%. 100%. And he's not.
And why is that?
Right. And so this is why I have to believe that Netanyahu has something on Trump, and that's why it is. And it's got to be bad enough because let's be honest, like, Trump's ripping a bunch of people off, or Trump does a shady like business deal, or Trump, like none of that would be stuff that Trump would be worried enough about.
I mean, yeah, to your point, it's just like in his first presidency when Russia invaded Ukraine and we were all like, oh, Russia's got the P tapes. Oh, Russia's got this on him. Russia's got that on him. And that's why he was pressuring Ukraine to just back down and let Russia just have Crimea and whatever, because we were like, oh, well, yeah, Russia's got all this shit on Trump. And so he's got no choice but to side with Russia in this whole situation. So, yeah, I totally can understand where the Epstein Files and Netanyahu plays a huge role in this. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Well, Democrats from the House Oversight Committee invited Epstein survivors to testify yesterday. So they went to Palm Beach, Florida.
Back to the scene of the crime.
That's what they said. Back to the scene of the crime. Several testified about the horrific, what happened to them. A lot of them spoke about being re-traumatized because their names were not redacted. And so like it outed people who said that they're still getting calls from reporters trying to get more information about it. California Democrat Robert Garcia, who's the ranking member of the Oversight Committee, told a press conference after the hearing, "We know that the crimes of Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell, the horrible things that happened to so many women and girls, totaling 1,200, could have been stopped and halted." Garcia began the hearing by unveiling a new report called The Price of Non-Prosecution that he said revealed how Epstein was able to build a substantial and lucrative international sex trafficking ring following his infamous sweetheart deal with Florida prosecutors in 2008. The Justice Department, this administration, the president, and the attorney general made it clear that this investigation, in their opinion, was a hoax, was a lie, and there was nothing else to do or to move forward, Garcia said. They want to close it down. It is alive and well and moving forward, and we have a lot of work ahead of us. So definitely House Democrats are not going to let this go. What's killing me is there's still half of the files not released.
Yep.
How?
Yeah.
How is that?
Still here? Yeah.
How are we still here? Why have we not arrested someone over this? Why have we not like held someone in contempt over this? Like, because the reality is that these files, whatever they're not releasing, has to be bad enough that like,
yeah.
So how are we not releasing those? Right? It's just insane to me. Anyway. And have you heard about the new exhibit in New York?
I have heard about it. Yes.
It's called the Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein Memorial Reading Room.
Fucking New Yorkers, man. I'm telling you what. Shit.
I love it.
Yes.
I love it.
Yes.
It includes a detailed timeline of Epstein's relationship with Trump. The Memorial Reading Room also has a tribute to all the victims with 1,400 lit candles on the floor. Yes. So I thought that was pretty touching that that is there. It is being described as a must see. So we might have to take a trip out there to go look at it. And we're 2 weeks away from supposedly Pam Bondi testifying.
Oh, her testimony? That's exciting.
May 29th.
That's so
crap.
exciting.
I know. I can't wait to hear what comes of that, because I have a feeling that like Robert Garcia is going to be up immediately and being like, well, this is what the bitch said. Right?
Yeah.
Like, right.
Like, why not? Yeah. So, she doesn't have any immunity now. She's not, you know what I mean? Like,
no.
She's no longer a government employee. She doesn't get to, you know, plead that shit in order to keep her mouth shut.
The only thing that I can think of is, what if she claims the fifth?
I mean, she could totally plead the fifth, but then that just, I mean,
so
again,
incriminating.
That's another taint on her. Taint. I probably shouldn't say that, but you know, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just another mark on her soul, on her career, on her tenure in this administration, and her shit from Florida.
Yeah.
When she helped with all of that back in the day. Like, it's obvious who you're covering for. So you're better off at this point, Pammy Joe, not pleading the fifth and just saying what you know and coming clean.
Yeah. If it were me, I'd come clean, but whatever. Yeah. We'll see what happens. May 29th. Of course, it's a closed hearing, so we won't hear any of it, but we will at least whatever.
Yeah.
Anything else about Epstein that you have? I heard that there was the suicide note that came out that is being questioned whether it's real or not.
A supposed suicide note of his, but I don't know. And I do know that Virginia Giuffre's brother testified for her yesterday in Florida.
I heard her little brother's guy. And have you finished her book?
Oh, yes.
And how was it?
Heartbreaking.
Was it?
Like, from the very beginning. Mm-hmm.
Was it?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you know, like, her childhood was fucked up, you know what I mean? And you find out things that her dad did to her, and he trafficked, you know, I got to figure out how I'm going to say this. When a man that is supposed to protect you from birth is the first person to traffic you, you have a very fucked up relationship with love, with men, with life in general from that point forward. You know what I mean?
I can only imagine. Yeah.
Like, it's just, you know, like, it's just really sad. And he has tried to deny some of the allegations that she put in her book about him. But I mean, her brothers believed her when she told them. So, you know, that kind of stuff. But no, the book is, I mean, and the trafficking with Epstein was so bad. Like, there are some men she couldn't remember their names until they showed her photos, like, till the, you know, FBI and stuff showed her photos. And then she was like, oh yeah, yes. And then, you know, she was able to tell them people that weren't necessarily on their radar.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah. I mean, and she says that, you know, she didn't have anything with Trump, but that she knew women that did. And she knew the stories and, you know, that kind of stuff. So, yeah, it's, yeah, it's rough.
She was Prince Andrew's BFF. Like, he, yeah. Oh, it's really sad. It's really sad.
Yes.
Well, and you know, what really makes me sad about all of this is, of course, that it seems like all of these women have a similar story of, you know, they didn't have the best background. And so they were like promised certain things so they could become a model. And
or, like, in her case, to become a masseuse. She wanted to be a professional masseuse. And, like,
exactly. Yep. And it was like the path to a career at some point, but then sorry, my ring was driving me crazy, and I don't care about my health anymore because it was just driving me fucking crazy. Anyway, but yeah, so like, she, you know, they were promised all these things, and then and then they were all like encouraged to bring their friends. And so then your friends are saying, oh yeah, you can earn a whole bunch of money this way. And they don't have any money to speak of. So of course, anyway, it's just really sad.
She said that, I mean, in her book, she said that's one of the things that would forever haunt her, was that she brought other women into it, you know?
So in a lot of the documentaries, same thing. They said
Yeah.
that I'll never forgive myself for bringing other people into.
But I mean, they were pressured into, I mean, like, I get why they feel the way that they do, but they were threatened. They were pressured
Right.
into doing it. And the only way she got away from them was because he sent her to Thailand because there was a specific type of massage that she wanted. Like, this was part of the agreement, was that they would do this, that they would send her to Thailand to learn this specific type of massage. And she ended up meeting the guy that ended up becoming her husband, and she married him, and they had a civil ceremony in Thailand, and she went to Australia with him. And that's the
Really?
only way she broke loose of Ghislaine and Epstein.
I did not realize that she met him
Yeah, in Thailand.
by
Yeah.
going to Thailand. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. He
I
was
mean,
in a
thank God.
kickboxing place there. Yeah. And
Wow.
on some kind of vacation, some kind of something with a friend of his. And yeah. Yeah. So, yeah.
Well, I just hope that on May 29th that hopefully survivors get a little bit of relief and Pam Bondi is at least put in the hot seat for a while. I'm hoping that after that conversation, more people start coming forward and
Yes.
we'll see what happens. And
Yeah.
can we not arrest a motherfucker for not releasing the other 400,000?
Can we start
files?
giving the victims some kind of closure here?
No
People need
shit.
to be held fucking accountable. Like,
No shit.
we can arrest Acosta for his bullshit agreement. Like, I'm fine with that.
I know. It's at least something. It's at least
Yes.
something. Okay. I want to move on and talk briefly about the redistricting because this is the thing that is hurting my heart the most right now.
Yeah.
We talked that 2 weeks ago, the Supreme Court overturned the Voter Rights Act. And then last week, the Virginia Supreme Court overturned the voter-approved redistricting map, saying that under the state constitution, the General Assembly must vote twice before sending a proposed constitutional amendment to voters for their consideration, with a general election between those two votes. And Republicans argued that the first vote to approve the referendum did not count because the early voting for the general election was already underway. Virginia's Attorney General Jay Jones filed a request for the U.S. Supreme Court to intervene and allow for the maps to be used, but it's really unlikely that they are going to have time to intervene and be able for the maps to be used. Then this week, it came out that Supreme Court Justice Samuel Alito relied on misleading data to support the ruling that decimated the Voting Rights Act.
Awesome.
I know this is according to The Guardian. So in his opinion, he wrote that Black voters now participate in elections at similar rates as the rest of the electorate, even turning out at higher rates than white voters in 2 of the 5 most recent presidential elections nationwide and in Louisiana. However, the report that he was speaking of, it is taking percentage of voters for the entire population of their racial group. So it can include foreigners. It can include people that aren't allowed to vote, like people with felonies. It includes people that aren't of voting age. Like, it includes all these different things. I guess experts typically prefer to consider voter turnout as a proportion of the citizen voting age population or the eligible population by using the methodology generally adopted by experts. The Black voter turnout in Louisiana only exceeded white voter turnout in the 2012 presidential election. Right. Then from the New Republic, early last week, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis signed into law a gerrymander so that Republicans could win as many as 4 additional seats in Florida. 3 days later, again, there was a Tennessee ruling on Friday. 4 Virginia state Supreme Court justices, 3 appointed by the state's legislature when both houses were controlled by Republicans, invalidated a ballot measure that could have resulted in 4 additional seats. So, and then, of course, Louisiana Republicans have already taken advantage of the new Supreme Court ruling and have presented new maps that will almost certainly result in at least 1 more defeat of a Democratic member of Congress. The New Republican has described it this way: 5 days, 10 seats to Republicans, 0 votes from members of the public.
Can you imagine the absolute fucking meltdown this country would be in if a Democratic president, if this kind of shit was happening when a Democratic president was sitting in the White House? And you know what I mean?
Yes. All I can pray for, all I can pray for is that even with all these seats, they would only be won in circumstances that are tight races.
Mm.
And this is not going to be a tight race. But what kills me is that, to your point, like, we are watching in real time our system break down.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that, like, Virginia voted for seats, the fact that, like, this is all because we have to fight back against things that the Republicans are doing. Mm-hmm. The fact that this is like political game playing. Yeah. And everyone knows that this is specifically just to benefit Republicans is absolutely, it makes me want to scream.
And my concern is that they're doing all of this right now and they still lose the midterms. It's going to be way fucking worse by the time we get to 28. By that point, they're going to have done everything they can to stop us from voting. Fucking period.
I know.
Full stop.
I know.
Because then the threat really will be they're going to lose the White House. They will, you know what I mean? Like, and that's my big concern.
Which I've got to believe that they will. Like, I've got to hope that is what is going to happen. But at this point, it's just absolutely insane that this is what we're dealing against. Yeah. When the New Republic, when I read that 5 days, 10 seats, 0 votes, I'm like, holy fucking shit. This is bullshit.
Yeah.
Speaking of a party that hates its people, Dr. Oz had a maternal health care event.
On Monday, he sure did.
He said that 1 in 3 Americans are underbabied.
Underbabied. We've got a new word.
We do have a new word.
Don't you love that?
It is. It's interesting. I have to say, like, I mean, I have downsized my total baby count. You've downsized.
We're underbabied.
We're underbabied to some degree, yes. Although, like, you know, and it's like, you know, so tell us about the new website that they have created for moms.
Yes, the new website is called moms.gov. I think everyone should take a gander when they get a chance.
Okay. I haven't looked at it yet. So I'm going to go take a gander.
So you take a gander while I speak. So,
okay.
Yes, this is the MAHA website for the underbabied, where women can obtain resources, information, and help for new and expectant mothers. There's links for things like pregnancy centers, which I clicked on it, takes you right to optionline.org, where at the very bottom of the page, it clearly states that they will not offer nor refer for abortion services.
Shocking.
There's also a link to federally qualified health centers to help those underserved populations receive care. Nutrition quick facts with links to the dietary guidelines for Americans with the CDC recommendations, and then a link that'll take you to realfood.gov with the new inverted food pyramid that you told us about a couple of podcasts ago. There's a link to start your baby's Trump account, as well as a link to Trump RX for your prescriptions to help you access necessary medical treatments to start your family. Like all these different resources for women and parents where you can click like on different links for like breastfeeding and mental health. Here's what kills me about the entire site is that every picture of a person on this site is white.
They're all white.
They're all white. All of it. I'm sure that's just a random weird coincidence. I'm sure it's just an oversight of someone in, you know, the press office.
Yeah.
For the White House. But yeah, that's the new website that we did on behalf of Monday's maternal health healthcare event. I have some quotes from this healthcare event that really fucking triggered me. Okay. So when Trump was awake, because he fell asleep multiple times during this event, you know, just it's really exhausting talking about women and their healthcare.
Because we stay up all night posting on True Social, which we'll talk about in a second. Yeah.
And women are just so fucking needy. Like he just doesn't have time for it.
I
But
know.
this is what kills me. So he at one point said that he announced a proposal for employers to offer healthcare coverage for IVF. However, the plan would not mandate that employers pay for it, just that
Then
they would be deeply invested in expanding those fertility options for women. Trump declared he had learned everything about the female reproductive health and that he is the father of fertility.
Aww.
And then he promptly took a nap. So then RFK Jr. starts talking about how this fertility crisis is a threat to our national economy and our security. He started citing factors about the endocrine disrupting chemicals, pesticides, and potential contributors to hormonal imbalances causing infertility. But he blames some statistic that men in 1970 had twice the sperm count our teenagers do today. I'm sorry, what?
Too. I heard that. It's like it was like they have 65% more testosterone than teenagers do today. Did he say why he thinks that?
Oh, he was referring to something that doesn't even his normal shit. But then in this, so I was on Wired when I was looking through this stuff, and there was a they quoted a let me see who this is. Sorry, I'm trying to find her quote in here. Anyway, where she was talking about the reason that we have a low birth rate right now is because we don't offer things like universal childcare or paid maternity leave or, universal health care or any of these other things. But, by all means, let's push the Heritage Foundation's, Project 2025 agenda of, as many babies as God wants you to have. And here's your Trump account with $1,000 in it. So, so the National Women Law Center's Chief External Affairs Officer characterizes moms.gov as part of a broader effort to undermine women's autonomy and power. So rather than adopt a policy that would actually support young people in the United States, Trump officials are focusing their attention on encouraging a very specific type of woman to get knocked up and have a bunch of babies. So, yeah. We're all underbabied and we're having a fertility crisis.
Yeah. And you know what's crazy to me? So the website is, you are not wrong.
Cringeworthy.
Yes. And like, I mean, there's, yeah.
I mean, all I know is I hope Caroline doesn't come back from maternity leave because clearly she is underbabied. She's only had 2 at this point. So she hasn't even had enough to surpass what her and her husband are. So they need at least a third. She's going to need to get onto this website and figure out the best way to stay home and provide for her family and have another baby.
Okay. And so RFK Jr., apparently the article so that he usually cites about the sperm density, because, his comment is like men in the 70s had twice as much sperm as teenage boys today. That's so weird. Like, what is that
so
anyway?
Fucking weird. Yes.
Right. So People magazine came out and said that the health secretary has often pointed to the statistic. It's a finding from a 2022 review of global trends in sperm count and others like it as a reason for the country's failing birth rate. However, the review published in the academic journal Human Reproductive Update does not mention teens or teen sperm counts. So it's like,
as it should not.
Right. Well, and so why are you, I mean, this is what happens when you don't have an actual doctor or scientist trying to come on and say, like, we have a problem. We have, we're in a crisis. I would also mention to say that, like, while I appreciate the fact that, like, no, I don't understand why.
This obsession.
Yes.
This natalist
with women
obsession.
Having babies and their bodies. Like, I understand that in order for us, like, we're living longer. That's the reality. And so in order for us to continue supporting our aging community and Social Security, obviously, the fewer people there are, the fewer people there will be to support them. And the reality is that if dipshit Richard Nixon had not started borrowing against the Social Security admin funds, that money would already be there and we wouldn't have to worry about it. So besides that, what is the concern here? You
Yeah,
know what I'm
this
saying?
natalist. Yeah. No, I totally get it. And I mean, yeah, it's fucking weird. It's a weird fucking obsession.
It is a weird obsession. Now, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm looking at in our friend group, like,
Yeah.
obviously we have one friend that has enough children to take care of all of us individually.
Yes. Yes.
Uh, we have another friend who has enough children to take care of her and her husband.
Yes.
But when I look at all of the other friends, they have no kids. So AJ is going to be very busy taking care of all of
Yes.
them. Like, I get
Exactly.
that. So, like, I get if you're expecting like kids to be taking care of their parents, I guess, in their older age, that
Yeah.
maybe that's a concern that you have. But at the end of the day, like, no, I plan on like being very happy living in my Tuesday night murder club,
Yes.
you know,
Yeah.
old person home. Like,
Yeah.
I'm delighted. I can't wait for that to happen and let someone else have to deal with me, not my child. So at the end of the day, like,
Well,
what is our concern here?
this is just, I don't know, it just reeks. And I know we've talked before about how often we talk about the correlation between the Trump administration and the Hitler administration, but I can't help but think about like
Yes.
the shit, the propaganda that they put out about, women and babies and shit during the war. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's fucking weird. Their obsession
Yeah.
with women
Having
having
babies.
babies.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
fucking weird
It's
obsession.
weird.
Again, especially for a country that has refused to support women in any way when they're having babies and after they've had these babies. Like, it's fucking weird. I could say, all right, I understand their weird obsession. Like, for whatever reason, they want us all popping them out. If we also had a track record as a country that allowed women to stay home with these
Right.
babies and not have to work, and we had universal health care and childcare and
Right.
all
Like,
the
and to your
things.
point, like, one of the leading factors to problems with fertility are environmental factors. We
Yeah.
just got the EPA budget. Like, we
Yes.
know that women are killed by their sexual partners. What, one
Yes.
in three
Yes.
women will experience some kind of violence with a
Mm-hmm.
sexual partner. We know that, like, obviously women now don't need men to have houses and cars and loans and credit cards and all of those kinds of things. But you've made the economy so poor for people that two people have to work. It's no longer a feasible for people to be able
Yeah.
to stay home with their kids like that. If you do, like, you're making a very definite choice,
Well, yeah.
right? And so, like, all of your economic policies, all of your social policies, everything you do is specifically aimed at making it harder and less desirable for women
Yeah.
to have babies and give birth. What did you think was going to happen?
Right. And the maternal mortality rate in this country is fucking abysmal considering the country that we are. And
Yep.
it's even worse for Black women.
And rural women, Black
Yes.
women and rural women. It's like,
Yes.
I think they said that I could be making a statistic up, so give me some grace, but I think they said that the mortality rate for rural women goes up by 30% if you are living like more than,
Yeah.
I don't know,
So
50
many. Yeah.
miles from a
From your
city
hospital.
center or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, of course it is. Like, that's just duh,
And at
no
the same
brainer.
time, you're peddling conspiracy theories about vaccines
Right.
for these babies.
Right.
Like,
So, like,
miss me
how
with this
many kids just
bullshit.
died?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Why do
So,
you think women, this is the one thing we can control
that's right.
is whether, I mean, within certain parameters, it's the one thing that we can control on whether or not we have children. So then your next option is you're just going to ban birth control.
Yep. So, fun times. And we're not,
Yeah.
like, to your point, helping customers. Not at all.
No, but don't you worry about it. Go to moms.gov. They're going to give you all the health advice you need for your upcoming pregnancy.
Thanks. I'll get right on that.
Yeah, exactly. As this is the administration you want to be getting all that information from, I'm sure.
Right. Okay. So speaking about fucking around and finding out, because that to me is like the epitome of fuck around and find out.
Yeah.
So I hear that supposedly Trump's phones are supposed to start getting mailed out.
Yeah.
So for anyone that decided to put a deposit down for the Trump phone, that was $100 for you to wait in line to get access to this spray painted Amazon phone. Of course, it's been delayed and delayed and delayed and delayed. And they finally came out and said, by the way, we're changing your terms of service.
Oh
If you
my God, I
continue,
love this.
right, if you continue to want to like pay your deposit, great. You might have the ability to pay an additional $500 for the phone, or you might not. We're not guaranteeing that the phone's coming. But
And we're also not going to give you your $100 back.
We're keeping your money.
Yeah. Shocker that the grift just keeps grifting.
Right. Right.
Yeah. And people are pissed. People are pissed that they gave this money and they still haven't gotten their phone. I'm like, how fucking dumb are you people?
Mm-hmm.
How fucking dumb are you?
Yep. I absolutely am like, this is exactly what you get. This is exactly what you get.
Yes.
So, I mean, we'll see if they actually do start getting mailed out. USA Today is the one that is saying that, yep, Trump's mobile phones, they're saying that they're going to start going out this week. They're refurbished Samsung phones, from what I am understanding. Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay, but can I talk about the other thing that I found in conjunction with this?
Of course.
So regardless of whether you ever get the gold phone or you just get a refurbished phone, I'd like you to know that there's a new Christian mobile network that you can move to. It's called Radiant Mobile, and it will block queer content from users. I have all of the deets. Oh my God, you're going to die. You're going to fucking die.
Can I tell you? I am a straight woman.
Yeah.
I don't get any queer content.
Right. And this is what we're leading with. This is what we say. You guys keep telling on yourselves all the time. You guys
keep telling on yourselves all the time. Like, to your point. I mean, and if you're talking about like ads for Chick-fil-A, I don't get that either. I'll tell you that. But like all my ads are of things that I know I've clicked on, I've looked at. You and I were just talking about, I bought my mom a pop-up card from Love Pop 3D card because it showed up on my Facebook, and by God, I clicked on it 6 times and was like, this is too cute. I have to get it for my mom. Riley did the exact same thing. She fell into the exact same hole I did.
Yes.
Like, I love it.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, I don't get queer content.
I would need to ask my queer kid if she's just got some random queer content that pops up on her phone. I don't believe that she does. But so this is a new mobile phone network that launched this week, claims to block queer content from subscribers to its phone plans. So it's a Christian mobile phone network operating off of T-Mobile's network, seeking to deliver faith-focused mobile service. It launched on last week. It launched on the 5th with support from, are you ready for it? Israeli cybersecurity firm Allot, and is believed to be the first mobile plan aimed at blocking content it deems as harmful from users. Okay. So on the FAQ section of the website, I found, why choose Radiant for my family? Radiant's more than a phone plan. It's protection at the network level. We block harmful content automatically while giving parents meaningful control. Radiant's different because most carriers sell data. Radiant protects it. Is inappropriate content completely blocked? Yes. Porn and explicit adult content are permanently blocked at the network level and cannot be turned back on for kids or adults. Your child can still use social media. Parents can choose to allow or block, blah, blah, blah. Okay. They have a limited time offer. If you're interested, you can become a lifetime covenant member, girl, and enjoy 20% off. They have the quote, watch and pray that you may not enter into temptation. The spirit indeed is willing, but the flesh is weak, from Matthew 26:40-41. They've got graphics showing that harmful content being blocked before it ever reaches your phone. This is what I thought was super interesting. They have categories for adult, teen, and child for age-based profiles that make setup a breeze, okay? So they have categories that come blocked, but that a parent can unblock for themselves. Okay. Not for a teen or their child, but for themselves are adware, hackers, malware, phishing, sexuality, as long as it's not porn, and is only a site that provides information on sex, sex and teens, and sex ed, spyware, violence, and cyberbullying, blah, blah, blah. So then it's talking about how blocked sites that parents can unblock for teens is like all the stuff above, plus dating, gambling, glamour, which is this weird category. I thought they were talking about the magazine, but no, it's a weird category listed as sites with erotic content, including access to chat rooms where this type of material can be found. Models, any site containing photos of models. Sites where the models appear fully or partially naked are also included in the glamour and porn categories as well. Piercings and tattoos, any sites listing where you can receive those services are blocked.
So I can't look up where to get my Jesus tattoo? What the fuck?
Exactly. So on the tab for Radiant Life, they have other different quotes and stuff like that. But at Radiant Life, at Radiant Mobile, their mission is to take back the internet for God's people. We know doing so includes protecting your family while enriching your mobile experience by providing original Jesus-centric content. Each Radiant original video is paired with a real game, encouraging active learning through fun, interactive challenges. So they have all this stuff you can do out there. But yeah, like every phone comes blocked with that shit. And then you can choose to unblock. Like for yourself as a grown adult, you can choose to unblock like sexuality things, violence, for cyberbullying and different stuff like that. But I'm like, I can't, and like, like all of it is so fucking creepy to me that you've got to be this fucking controlled as an adult. You are an adult.
Right.
You can't control your urges.
Right. Right.
And if you can, and I hate to break it to them, if you can unblock it, you're going to go do whatever you want to do. And then what? Turn the blocker back on?
I can't believe this is going to be very popular.
I know. It's like, so bizarre.
Even Jesus people want porn.
Yes.
Like,
yes.
Jesus men want porn.
Yes.
Like there's
that's obvious. How many of them have gotten in trouble for doing things with minors? Like and then the phone plans are like $30 a month for unlimited 5G. Like, you know what I mean? It just.
I'm really curious what this glamour part is.
Yeah. So when I was looking at it, it was talking about how sites that have erotic content, including access to chat rooms. Yeah. Like it's like, very weird.
It makes me think of like an Abercrombie and Fitch site.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
with that. Models?
Yeah.
You can't get anything with models?
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm positive Mark was masturbating to Victoria's Secret catalogs when in the 90s, right? When
you know they were. Yes.
Which I get it. I get it. But at the end of the day, like sometimes you need to buy a bra and panties. You know what I'm saying? Like what the fuck?
Right.
And well, like they have on their phone.
They have an influencer program that you can join on the website.
Okay.
Like, it's fucking weird. It's so fucking weird.
And
there's some things you can't even unblock.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like hard blocked cannot be changed. Violence, weapons and bombs, Satanism and cultism, racism, porn, and explicit mature content.
That wouldn't be unblocked. That's the whole point.
And explicit mature content games. Even as an adult, you can't unblock that on your own phone.
No.
Dating sites are blocked, but you can unblock it. If you know what I mean? Like, but you know what? Don't worry. We can get a phone plan for the whole tribe, which it says is for 8 to 12 people for $27 a month per person.
Hey, Jesus, liked his mobile phone plan.
He did. He did. Yes. So, I feel like, I don't know how busy T-Mobile's, stuff is, because I also know that Mint Mobile uses T-Mobile lines, so I just feel like maybe Radiant Mobile will be just too much and they're just going to shut down.
Okay, maybe at this point, like, who the hell knows? That's just
Yeah.
insane.
So there you go. Now you can get your Radiant Mobile with your Trump Gold phone.
Well, no, because the Trump Gold phone has its own Trump Mobile.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Well,
Yeah,
how does
they're not just trying to charge
this
you
is a
one time for a phone.
conflict.
They want to continue charging you monthly, my
Girl,
friend.
this is such a conflict of interest because you know the Heritage Foundation is out here pushing Radiant Mobile. How are they going
Yes.
to also promote the Trump Mobile? Like,
I do not
this
know.
is a true conflict. I don't know how they're ever going to come. You know what are they going to do? How are they going to come back from this?
I do not know. I do not know. Don't worry, Trump will be on the case.
Yes.
Probably on True Social.
Oh
like
God.
He was Monday night.
Oh my God.
All right, tell us about your war map.
Oh, this will be quick because actually I did quite some digging on this. So he put out a Truth Social that said, wow, study this chart, President DJT, you know, DJ Tanner.
And right. And we should remind or let people know Trump made over 50 posts Monday night.
Yeah.
50
just
different
unhinged.
Truth Social posts. One of which was like Nancy Pelosi and Obama and Biden in the reflecting pool looking like they were bathing in sewage, which is hilarious. It was hilarious considering that his own RFK Jr. actually swam in a river of sewage.
That's
and it
true.
was like, sir.
Yeah.
I mean, this is why he's sleeping during the day, Nicole, is because he's got busy, like important president stuff to do at night.
At 2 a.m. Yeah.
Yeah. So tell us about the war chart.
He put out this chart that says length of wars in weeks. And the point of this chart, because he put this out late last week, was that we have the wrong calculations on the Iran war. Okay. So I did a deep dive to compare what he put about some things. So the first thing is the Afghanistan war. So he had that the Afghanistan war was 543 weeks long. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
The Afghanistan war was 1,038 weeks long. 543 weeks is only 10 years, a little over 10 years. We started bombing Afghanistan on October 7th of 2001 and did not pull out till August 30th of 2021. Okay.
Yeah.
He was not far off from on the Iraq numbers. Or Civil War, World War II, Korea, War of 1812. War of 1812.
I know, the War of 1812.
Yes. So then Vietnam was the other one where he was radically off. So not accounting for when we were doing a policing action, which started like in the fucking 40s, whatever, or actually in 55. The first Marines landed in Da Nang in 65. Okay. Saigon fell. The last Marines left April 30th of 75. Okay. That's 521 weeks. He said that we were in Vietnam for 439 weeks. Like, he's so far off, it doesn't even include the bombing campaign we started in December of 64, which is before we had Marines in Da Nang.
Well, and to your point, let's start the conversation with the fact that he obviously is admitting this is a war. Like, this is not an excursion. Go fuck yourself. Correct. You are clearly admitting you are at war.
Yes. And with this Iran war, we started bombing with Israel on February 28th. We were at 10 weeks the day that he put out this fucking chart, and he had it at 6 weeks. And I'm sure it's because he's going to say that we went in and out of ceasefires. Right. That's not how this works.
No.
We have active personnel in the zone. That's how this works. Like
100%.
What the fuck? So, okay, so now that's what I had on this fucking war chart, which is so goddamn stupid.
He is so goddamn stupid. That, and like, again, some of the things that he posted, like he posted all these posters of where he had supported candidates and they had won, and yet they were candidates that were uncontested. He posted, he posted like things about, he started, like he went off on, I can't remember who it was. I know he went off on a staffer for making Mitch McConnell look bad, but I think that was later in the week. But he's just like unhinged at this point. Like,
They need to
he
take
needs
his
to.
phone away from him. Like
Yes.
at 9 p.m., Peepaw has to give his phone up and it goes
Yeah.
in the basket and he can't have it back until 7 a.m. the next morning.
Yes. Yes.
Go
Yes.
the fuck to sleep. Go the fuck to
Yes.
sleep. You
Yes.
raging goddamn lunatic.
He's a raging lunatic at this time. It says that just hours before his trip to China, the U.S. president posted more than 50 times in a 3-hour spree on Monday evening into the early hours of Tuesday. Posts included doctored images of himself on the $100 bill, demands that political opponents be arrested. He talked about his ceasefire deal. Then he has like Obama is plotting a coup against him. Like
What?
it,
Oh my
Nicole.
God. Oh my God.
So one of the
Obama's
things
like,
that I
news
like
to me.
one of the things that I like to do before we have this conversation is get on True Social and go through his posts because
Oh.
they are so fucking unhinged. I couldn't get through them all. I could not get through them all
Oh my
because I
God.
didn't have enough time because he has posted so often in such a short period of time. I'm like, holy fucking
It's
shit.
insane. I
Mm-hmm.
also heard that he's supposed to be going to see the doctor and the dentist again,
Oh,
which makes like
really?
the fourth time this year, I think, that they've disclosed or something like that. Yeah, but they're not saying why. They're just saying it's a routine medical and dental checkup. But I'm like, that's weird.
Okay,
I mean,
my
because we
parent.
see the back of both hands and like all the things,
And
like,
now
you
it's
know,
like
yes,
the
his
back of his
ear.
neck. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, the man, I really like. Do you remember Death Becomes Her
Oh,
when
yes,
they
I love it.
died and then their pieces started falling off? I feel
Yes,
like
at
that.
the end.
Yes,
Yes.
I feel like that's what it's going to be like with Trump. Yeah,
Yeah, he's just gonna start flaking off. Riley and I actually watched that. She watched it for the first time not that long ago. Yeah.
I love that movie. It's so
Yeah.
good. Okay,
Yeah.
all right. Well, this has been quite the scenario this Monday night. If you get a chance and you want to go back and look at some of the crazies, feel free. But I'm
Oh
just telling
God.
you, like, you're not going to get through them all. It's just absolutely insanity.
Oh my God.
Anything else? I know that they did swear in a new Fed chairman who likely will decrease interest rates and cause inflation to go through the roof
Awesome.
higher than it
Love
already
this for
has
us.
been. Can't wait for that.
Yeah.
Um, I know that there have been a couple of other like small things that have happened in the last couple of weeks, but really at the end of the day, we're getting closer to the midterm elections.
Mhm.
It feels like it's starting to become a reality that, oh God, are they going to steal this election? So I'm trying to keep positive, but it is really hard right now.
Yeah.
So with that said, tell me you have an
I
uplifting,
do. I
okay,
do have a good happy ending for you.
happy ending.
Yes. It's coming to us from Seattle.
Okay. One of
So,
my favorites.
I know.
Hmm.
So, a couple's car was broken into in Seattle's University District. I'm sure you
Okay.
know where that's at. I have no idea.
Hmm.
Um, the person that broke into their car stole their most irreplaceable items: the ashes, ceramic paw prints, and a memorial stuffed animal of their late Chihuahua, Tia. Okay.
Aw.
So, a homeless man named Chris came across the bag of stuff in a dumpster and held on to it because he knew it belonged to somebody. He's been homeless for 7 years and he spotted a flyer which the couple had put up. He reached out to them to give them back the stuff and, didn't ask for anything in return. However, he is now moving into his very first apartment after being homeless for 7 years because they set up a GoFundMe for him and they have
Aw.
raised $5,600 to help him
Aw.
towards his rent, furniture, and care for Rio, a dog that he rescued off the streets.
Well, in
There's a
Seattle,
thousand
fifty-six
dollars
hundred
left.
dollars will last 3 months, maybe.
Will it? Yeah, it said there's still $1,000 left before the fundraiser reaches its 7,000 goal. But
Yeah,
like, I mean, I think that's so fucking cool that they figured, you
it
know what I mean? That
is.
they recognized that he
Yes,
was in need and that he saved their stuff for them so that he could maybe get it back to them. And they figured out a way to
yes.
help him get off the street. You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
Um, dog ashes. I'm gonna look this up because maybe it has. They've like funded the whole thing.
Oh, maybe because their name is Holly and Brandon Dunn.
Oh,
And then did you find it? His name is
yes,
Chris, but it doesn't give his last name.
Engdahl.
Okay,
in
yeah, the
dollars,
GoFundMe was
Renee.
organized by Catherine Mitchie. She helped post flyers for the couple.
So the university district is obviously where the university is. There in the city, and generally the
Mm.
area around it is pretty nice. So things like, or at least when I lived there, granted I lived there 20 fucking years ago, so things could be totally different. But at the time, like, it's all students, so it doesn't surprise me
Oh,
that, like, right, I mean, you're young, you're not making a lot of money. They're up to $6,918
I
raised out of
love
their,
it.
now they increased it to $8,000.
That's awesome.
I know. I thought that is awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Yeah.
hopefully, like I don't know if I mean, hopefully he can get off the street and then he can find a job and it just helps him, you know what I mean? Get started.
Yes. Like, at least, like, maybe that's just enough to get him to the
Yes.
point where he can get on his feet and be in a good
Yes.
place.
Yeah.
Ah, that is better. And it's nice that they have their, dog's
Yeah, their
memories.
dog stuff back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that is nice. Okay. Well, that was a lovely, happy ending. Thank you very much for sharing.
Yeah.
For everyone that is listening, again, so sorry that it took us a week to get back, but honestly, like, yeah. At least the government shutdown stopped.
That's true. We're fully
We
funded
had
for now.
one less countdown.
That's right.
The government shutdown stopped on April 30th because they were able to pass a bipartisan bill to increase funding, raise funding. So at least there's that, which is good
Yeah.
because I have to go to Chicago in a couple of weeks and I got to fly. And
Oh
I
God, yeah.
really don't want to have to fly through Chicago with TSA not working. So I'm
Yeah,
very glad
so
that that
true.
is, yes, better.
Yeah.
Okay, with that said, I hope you guys all have a fabulous week and weekend. Please like and subscribe to this channel, and share with all your friends, especially those that, need to be taught how not to fuck around and find out. I hope you guys have a fabulous weekend and we love you. Goodbye.
Bye.